Hey everybody, Radaman here. Thanks for tuning in to episode 24 of Oxygen Not Included. So before I get started, I want to say one thing to my Discord community, macaroni. This is an inside joke that I don't expect any of you to understand, but, well, some of you will. I wanted to go over some suggestions that I got from YouTube comments. One is from Peter. Peter mentioned that one of the really good things I could do to help manage my my ranches is to set up, and I don't actually have room for this, but to set up auto sweepers. Auto sweepers help to suck up items that are free floating, the sort of things that you would normally sweep, and put them on conveyor belts, put them into storage, stuff like that. The issue I have is I don't actually have anyone with mechatronics engineering, and the only one that could get it, one who is many, is already stressed out enough, and I'm not going to add any more stress to his, skill set. Another one of the suggestions I had was about window tiles. Window tiles are a really good way to make certain areas that you have limited space prettier. So I'm going to demonstrate some window tiling. So what I'm going to do is set up some window tiles. Oh, only lead? Boo. Let's do, for now... Yeah, let's do some... I'll do something silly just as demo. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to keep what I build, but for now. So let's say we wanted the bathroom a little bit nicer, right? I will set up a way to make a much, much, much nicer bathroom. So the window tiles will allow the beauty of these marble blocks to filter down into the bathroom, and these window tiles will allow the beauty of these bluff briars to filter up into the hospital. Not that I use the hospital, but just to demo. Alright, so continuing the projects I had, the project was to set up a steam generating metal refinery area. And I'm going to continue that project now. So first things first, I want to set up a water lock. It will be a, I want this one higher actually. A liquid, it won't be actually water though, mind you. It will be oil. Nope, again, it's not right. Because the heat that we are going to be dealing with means that the traditional liquids that we would normally use are out. I don't want our liquid locks to evaporate. And I'm also going to use the old school method because it's not an area that we're going to enter very often. So I don't need to have them be efficient like these, 1x2s. I'm going to have it be built like this here. Speaking of which, I have, let's go to Decor. I have a ton of flower pots and the like. So I'm just going to... beautify this area considerably. Because I might as well. There's no real point in not doing that. Okay. Filter some water out. Another thing I'm going to want to do is to set up a way to get oxygen again. So I'm actually going to blow up some of these diffusers. Where's my other diffuser? And here's what I'm going to do. It's going to look pretty crazy, but it's just a temporary setup for oxygen. So I'm going to have an oxygen pump here, which leads to a gas element sensor, which then leads to gas shutoff. If it is... Let's get that spilt. If it is oxygen, it's going to come out the other end of here and flow into here, where this will split like this. And then if it's carbon dioxide, I will dump the carbon dioxide to our scrubber. I'm also going to set this to go to, I don't know, 7,000. I don't want to be pulling hydrogen out of this area anymore. Because I want my electrolysis process to have the ability to be turned on at any point in the near future. Alright. So here's the setup of our steam generation room. It's going to take a good long time for this to be built, so don't expect it quickly, but I will be working on it passively throughout this episode. Let's go ahead and set up some Weezeworts in here again, just in case of excess heat. And as long as I have some plants to plant, I might as well plant the plants. Make it so that the people that work in certain areas have a prettier experience. Alright, so the way this is set up, I'm also going to put oxygen diffusers here. The oxygen diffusers will create oxygen. The gas pump will then send the oxygen through our beautiful system here. And if it is one gas, it will go through our plumbing. If it's another gas, it will go to the carbon scrubber. Pretty simple. Pretty simple setup. Simple to understand and all that. Alright, so this is nice and filtered water. Let's dump it. Right now, we are taking a lot of water in from up here, from our pipes, because of this polluted water setup. So I have to be very on the spot with making sure I'm handling my water well, or our toilets are going to back up, and everyone's going to potty themselves. And I don't want that to happen. Believe it or not. That would be an unwanted consequence. We also dug over here to the new anti-entropy, and I am going to dig my way up to this Weezewort, and then ladder down to the other one. Collecting Weezeworts, my pastime. Well, also, let's dig this out so this big puddle drains into here. That looks good. Alright, I would say this is a top priority, because without it, our suit docks are going to slowly run out of oxygen. So let's get this built promptly. I'm curious, actually, if I have enough power on this node to support it. Yeah, I do. It's currently not even drawing power, so it should be fine. Alright, so we'll get this built. So taking a look at the ventilation here, if it is oxygen, so this should be breathable oxygen, it passes through the valve. If not, it does not. We'll also need an automation wire. Done. Get that up to 9, and our dupe should build that soon. I'm also crushing a whole bunch of gold, and this is so that we can build our steam generators. Alright, so now we're, I guess, for lack of a better term, burning algae. And here's how I want to build this. Right now it's sending all of the oxygen one way because of this, here, let me disable this. Gas bridge. So we'll build 2 gas bridges so it doesn't prioritize one over the other. Okay, bluff briars have been delivered. Or set up to be delivered. Oh, one more. Some more. There we are. It's not going to super beautify that area, but whatever. It's a start. Alright, so this project, re-enable. Because, yeah, this should work. That would be a higher priority. And this will set up so that if we do need oxygen in our suits, we can... Yeah, and then it splits. Perfect. That we can supply these suit docks a little bit. It's not great. It's not great. Openly admit it's not great. But it's okay for now. I'm going to add 2 more suit docks here. Which these new suit docks will probably dramatically struggle to fill up in oxygen because I'm not producing too much of it. And that also means I'm going to want 1 more Atmosuit copper. And let's crush some copper for that. I don't know why all my suits have been copper, but we'll continue the trend. Oh, bluff briars, yeah, that's wrong. They are not gonna, they're not gonna want to be in hydrogen environments. So I'll fix that. What doesn't care? Mirth. Temperature 20 to 50. It's almost too cold in here for mirth. But I don't have anywhere that mirth can go, so like I'll put it in here anyway. And if it's almost too cold in there, let's dig these Weezwarts up and actually have it purposely heat up a bit. Because it is pretty chilly. I'll admit that. Alright, we have 9 critters in the glossy side, so I'm just going to crack a whole bunch of eggs. And 9, 6, so I need to crack some stone eggs as well. Done. Alright. Plug in these ammo suit docks. Cool. And we're starting to get some more plastics, which would be pretty useful. So one of the things you might have noticed is I don't really have space for a transfer tube that goes down. But we're not going to go down as often as we're going to go up. We go up to space a lot. We don't go down for very many reasons. So I'm not that worried about needing to travel downwards. And if that ends up not being true, I'll set up some other solution or scenario. Alright, let's see. Nope, I don't want any of that, so I'll go with the eggs to crack. Alright, so yeah, some of these mirths, they're alive. They're doing okay. And they're just going to somewhat improve the decor in here. All this super hot hydrogen hopefully will warm this place up a little bit. It's funny that it's cold. Let's go ahead and... No, I'm not at my kcal threshold that I feel like I need to do fried mushrooms yet. But we will soon. Alright, let's make the... Let's make the bathroom a little bit nicer. Oh, we are... I see that. We are backing up our sewage. So let me flip-flop that. And make sure that we're processing our sewer water so that the bathrooms could run. Glad I caught that. And then speaking of which, the pumps up here, yeah, they have Just a little bit of water left. So, not too urgent or anything. That should be re-enabled. Okay, let's put Buddy Bud here. Like an air freshener. A floral-scented air freshener. Alright, and deliver a suit. And build those cablings. So yeah, this is not quite as good as our electrolysis process in order to replenish oxygen to the base, but it's something, and that's all that matters for now, is that we're doing something. So here's a demo of the windows. As you can see, the Bluffbriar's decor is spilling through these windows to help make the decor of the hospital a little bit nicer. This canister emptier will be for oxygen. And now the window tiles, likewise, in our hospital are doing the same, or in the above the bathroom are doing the same thing. So if we take a look at the decor here, the decor of the marble sculptures spilling into the bathroom. So anyone that uses this bathroom is going to be very, very happy. It's a lot prettier. And that helps to offset the compost that's just on the other side. I could have moved the, if I was to replan things, I would have moved the compost a little bit further or something, but it doesn't, it's not that big of a deal. Little decor here, little decor there. It's not going to kill you. Taking a look at skills. Forza, how you doing? You are getting close to exosuit training. Perfect. Once he has exosuit training, I'm going to allow him to be a full-time rancher. Alright, let's disable the outs here. So we stop spilling oxygen out to our outside of the base. It will just eventually block up the pipes. All right, that's all well and good. All right, we're still crushing. Wait, why are we waiting? Oh, I need a lot more copper. Where's all our copper going? Okay, we'll crush a whole bunch more, I guess. I can't wait until I have a metal refinery, because metal refineries are a lot more efficient and quick than the rock crushers. The rock crushers are inefficient and slow. Easy, but inefficient and slow. If we take a look at the hydrogen line, we are slowly using up all the hydrogen that was being pulled from the ranches. We're going to continue waiting on them. I don't suspect that I'll be able to turn on my electrolysis anytime soon. But there's actually something I want to change about this system. I want the shutoffs here. And this is going to be a little complicated. This is going to be a little tricky. I want the shutoffs to not be on the same switches as everything else. I want our gas filters to always, always, always be on and working. So I'm going to fix it a little bit. Where they're going to be on separate power networks so that they're not ever turned off. So we'll run this down and over like this. And the reason is, when I shut off the switches so that the pumps turn off, what ends up happening is that everything will pass through the off gas shutoff, and we end up with oxygen on the wrong side and hydrogen on the wrong side. It's the same exact reason why I haven't automated my my water filtration, because the water filtration in the case of a brownout won't work properly and could end up contaminating all of my water supply, which is just not a risk worth taking. I'd rather have it be manually flip-flopped by me. That way it doesn't have a accidental, an accidental scenario where I contaminate all my drinking water. That would be bad. That would be bad. Just saying. So we'll fix this wiring here. And then speaking of wiring, I am also going to want a power transformer here. Heavy watt plate. Heavy watt wires. And this is going to be so that I can run power out to my geyser initially. This will make more sense when I have it set up. Man, we have not made progress here, have we? Alright, they're starting to put down the igneous, which is good. 7, 6, 6, 7. Good. All our ranchers are in working order. And they're a little bit prettier. I mean, they're not awesome, but they're a little bit prettier than they were before. As you can see. A little bit better. If I wanted to fix it, yeah. I'll tidy it up a little bit better. So these storage bins here, I'm just going to move to over there. And in fact, we really ought to have airflow tiles here and here as well. Just to allow whatever carbon dioxide or whatever gases get trapped to travel downwards. Okay, my water is a nice temperature. I like that. Okay, I have a lot of projects going on, so I'm not gonna give them any more. So now if we take a look at the... Okay, there's a break in the grid, but I needed to break it temporarily. Come on. There we go. So now these gas shutoffs are on a separate network entirely, and will continue to filter even when the switches are flipped. Alright, so we have a little bit of damage overloading. I don't really care. Little damage, doesn't matter. It was easier to have it overload and get damage than add a transformer up there. Alright, so now if we take a look at this ventilation, I believe if I flip this... Here, let me slow time down so if I'm wrong, I'm not penalized. Yep. So if we flip it, as you can see, it even when turned off, it will continue to properly filter. Nope, nope, it just didn't. Oh, because it's backed up. Yep. Let's fix that. Yeah, basically having this, like, terrible backup causes a lot of problems. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, I'll break the pipeline, the ventilation line, so that I can extract pipe contents. And then, you know, another thing I could do, this is going to be a little weird, but another thing I could do is extract the pipe contents of hydrogen here. Should be duties, right? Yeah. Because I actually don't mind having canisters of hydrogen. I will put it to use, believe it or not. Alright, let's speed time back up. So I really only need to extract the pipe contents here. And actually I'll do... Yeah. There we go. This serves a few purposes. It creates bottled hydrogen that I can deploy where I want it. And then it also frees up some space for the hydrogen so we're not so backed up. So we'll continue to empty out the pipes here as well. Here, let me just set it to 9. New printable. Unfortunately, no one I want. I guess briar seeds. Alright, so this will be critter eggs for stones. And it's going to be a sweep only. And then this is going to be a sweep only for smooth. Well, okie dokie. I'm going to do a really high prioritized sweep in this area, just to beautify it a little bit more. As you can see, our singular gas pipe pump is not really keeping up with the demands of our suits, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this down here, trying to fix some of the backup that we have. Okay, so the bottle emptier here is going to be for crude oil. So down here, I've created a little ladder. Let's go hit 9, mop. Get some crude oil to mop up. So that I can use it as a liquid lock. The reason being is all water-like substances, whether it be brine or whatever, regular water, you know, at about 100°C, brine at about 100°C, they all evaporate. Even polluted water at 119, it's all way too low temperature. And we're going to want a much higher temperatured liquid to be able to lock in. Oil evaporates, you know, at a much higher temperature, 400°C, which is not something that our steam generation room is ever going to get to. So, that's why I'm doing that. Alright, so now these pipes are totally flushed. So I can add in these here. Back in. And possibly even run it. Briefly, but you never know. Skills. Treforza, are you? Nope. Still working on exosuit. Okay, I do have that other suit now. Let me deliver that. Because this suit dock has more oxygen than the empty one. Alright, so the plumbing is set back up. Let's try this again. We have a little bit more room for hydrogen to be stored. That's probably all we can afford right now. Until it backs up. And I could always set up automation to make sure it doesn't overflow. But all I'm doing here is just setting it up so a little bit of oxygen gets to be added to this. So it's just not the pump alone doing the work. So over here, we've got... This is going to be our steam room. So I'm also going to be adding in a bunch of wheezeworts. The wheezeworts, because the steam generators will get overheated and damage themselves and they run inefficiently if they're too hot. So we're going to want to wheezewort cool the area, or else our steam generators will not run at top efficiency. And there's no point in having inefficient steam generation. And I'm also setting it up in gold just for overheating reasons. But honestly, I don't suspect it will overheat. There's no reason for me to believe that I'm going to have an overheating process. So this is going to be the sort of layout. So I'll have a ladder out here. I guess I'll dig this part out and destroy right there. So this is sort of the structure of my steam generation. And then, if you're wondering why this wire here, it's so that initially I can gas pump all the oxygen out of here. So these are going to be temporary. But I'll lay them out now. Alright, have I mopped? Yep, I have mopped that crude oil. So let's go dump it. Oh yeah, Mohammed, you're mopping a lot of crude oil. That's 700 kilograms of crude oil that you just mopped up. Good job, man. Awesome. And this crude oil can be used for liquid locks that are a lot hardier than traditional ones. Now, what I can't do is this two-tiered liquid lock unless I get another liquid. This two-tiered liquid lock kind of requires the top liquid to be less dense than the lower liquid. So I could do a liquid lock like that with petroleum and oil, but I wouldn't be able to do it with oil alone. That's why I have this traditional 4-block setup lock. All right, that's getting built. And as I notice our hydrogen amount lowering, I could always click this on and add some and then click it off. Yep. All right, come on, sad flower pot. Let's get some mirth in here. Mirth. Oh, I'm actually going to be out of mirth. That's fine. It's pretty much the only thing that I can plant that will survive in hydrogen, so we need like one more. Or maybe that is already counted. But let's see the difference that we've made. Yeah, it's a little greener. It is honestly a little greener. And if I really wanted to improve it, I could put in statues. That was actually something I was going to do here. Furniture, marble, statue, 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 statue. Just so that when we're working in the area, it's prettier. Yep. Alright, I'm going to do all 7 here. Just to get this sort of built up sooner than later. So underneath the steam, what we're going to want is a way to heat up water. So I'm going to have a water drip from probably our pipe here. And it's going to drip probably on a controlled valve. And then we're going to want to run the very, very... Ooh, made a mess. Crap. Into the suit. Okay, so that would be my fault. I did not pay attention to my water over here, and the polluted water backed up. Alright, so let a little bit of this cleaner water go through, and then have the water cycle. Actually, it looks like all this water is pure and sterilized. So let's dump it all real quick. Make a little room for our for the sewer, because right now all the water is totally backed up. Because I hadn't paid attention to it like I said I should. So we can get rid of all this. And there we go. Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of messes made. And it's gonna be a mess at the suit docks. Yep. Luckily, we have mesh tiles to help protect us from, so our, the sanctity of our liquid locks aren't ruined. Alright, so let's quick flip this and start processing a little bit of the sewer water. Because now the laboratories are back in They're now ready. Barely. I mean, I don't have a lot of overhead here. Yeah, this is my bad. But hey, it happens. So Treforza is the only one that can mop up this area, so I'm going to... Perfect. I was going to disable the manual generator so he'd mop up the area, because that was a door that only he was allowed through. Now, let's shut this off. And let this cycle out. And start dumping it. And I'm just going to have to pay a lot more attention to this. Yes, I could automate it, but normally I don't have problems like this. Yeah, I know, stress, I know, I'm sorry. Alright, it's pure. Go, 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 dump, dump, dump. Alright, I think I've cleaned up all the messes that I created. Oh, we no longer need more oil, so let's stop. This is actually a perfect amount to stop at. And new printables. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Briar seeds. Alright, I'm watching the sewer water build up, and once it's built up, to stop the lavatories, I'll flip it again. And one who is many is getting very stressed because of a soiled suit. So I'm about at this suit dock here. Yep, there's the big old mess. Because a lot of our dupes had soiled their suits because I had the lavatory out of order. Will be mopped, will be fixed. Time to flip. And soon this northern or top puddle, yeah, it's already drained out. Perfect. Okay. We'll get that all broken down. And get all that broken down too. I don't want this in my way when I'm building my my space lock. Okay, once all the sewer water is filtered, I'll turn this top switch back off. How's our hydrogen? I'm gonna wait till we can actually legitimately run the hydrogen a little bit longer. Flipped. So this is looking pretty good. I know that the gas pumps block the where the Weezeworts will go, but these pumps are, as I said, temporary, and it's only to extract the oxygen that is in this area. So we'll get those plugged in, and this is going to be my high priority. I'll just super high priority the whole thing. Lead. We're making lead? Yep, I guess we're making lead fence. That's, I don't really care. It doesn't really matter. Alright, so this is ready to dump. It's pure. Let's go. Yeah, our water supply is becoming very full. Once again, another reason to do electrolysis. And one who has many stress. Let's see about this. I could run this line over here to make sure that the massage table actually has power and therefore can de-stress a particularly stressed out dupe. Something I should have done a while ago, but... Checking on the ranches, 7 and 9, so stone hatches gotta get cracking. What about you? 8 and 9, so these Colossies will crack a few. And the regulars will crack none. Oh, because you guys Okay. There is no longer any room for, Oh, yeah, it's this egg here. Okay, I see. No problem. Alright, so why does this not have power? Because this is not constructed. Let's get that going. So this transformer just feeds these pumps. And we'll remove all the oxygen from here, and then we're going to fill it up with hydrogen. Hydrogen is a better gas for Wheezeworts to work efficiently. And we seem to have a lot of hydrogen, so that's also not so much an issue. All right. The lavatories are just about backed up, so stop and flip. $260 just about cycles, and not a single accidental water poisoning or whatever. Haven't made that mistake yet, which is pretty phenomenal, I'd have to say. Looking for any additional mop-ups they may have missed. Oh, let's go re-enable this. I'm just going to make sure that the coal generator keeps us above 20%, but usually keep that idle. Alright, so here we go. We're extracting all the oxygen out of here. I suppose there's some polluted, so I'll throw in a deodorizer. Then once that's done, we'll replace it with hydrogen. Alright, so we do have a massage table if we need it. And if anyone climbs above, let's say 40, we'll use it. I don't suspect I'll have another mistake like that again, but you never know. You never know. Alright, our sewer water's emptied, so let's purify this. Wow, it's pure already? For real? Guess it is. And dump. Yeah, in this liquid reservoir, this water is pretty much pured. Oh, you know what it is? Because, yeah, I know why. The polluted water that was in this pipe coming down from the puddles up here actually didn't have food poisoning in it. This water here, up here, is not food poisoned at all. Ooh, you are stuck, Angelia. Oh, my goodness. This is what, obsidian? There you go. Sorry, I am so sorry. I did not notice that you would have built yourself into... I shouldn't victim blame, but she did build herself into a corner. Alright, we're gonna mop up the remainder of this water. Yeah, because none of this has food poisoning in it. It's just polluted, but it wasn't polluted with food poisoning. Makes sense. Which would explain why this reservoir literally doesn't have any... It's 5 tons of pure water. So no issues there. Might have an issue of figuring out a place to store it, but... Alright, looks like we do have some space for some hydrogen. So I can run this, and it will help fill my suits back up with the oxygen as well. But I have to keep a close eye on this, because as soon as this is full, it should turn these off. Now, I could always automate it so that, like, this tank once hits 50%, turn it off, and that would be pretty reasonable automation. For now, I'll just eyeball it. But this is a lot of fresh oxygen to help to supplement our suits. As you can see, these, well... Okay, I spoke too soon. That suit is not full, but... Can leave this running for a little bit. So it is true vacuum in here. These were temporary, so I'm just going to totally break them down. And I'm actually going to, I'm going to destroy one of these planter boxes temporarily as well. We can leave the deodorizer. As far as power goes, I actually don't even know if I'm going to need these cables here. Or I'll need those cables, but none of the others, so I'll break those down. Alright, and now when I turn these off, it will continue properly filtering because the gas shutoffs are not powered on by the same switch. What was that noise? Alright, so the reason why I destroyed one of these planters is, what do I want to build here? I want to build one of these canister emptiers. So copy and paste. I'm going to manually empty out all of the cans of hydrogen I have into this area before I tap into the hydrogen. Obviously, I have super pressurized amounts of hydrogen available to me, but I'll use the cans first. Alright, Forza, you are gaining athletics, pretty good speed. And you now have exosuit wearing, which means that this building is going to be disabled. You are done. As far as priorities, you are no longer operating, you are ranching, my friend. Alright, so manual generator is totally done. And I'm going to set it to 1 priority so we don't tune it up or anything like that. Alright, new printables are available. I really want a digger builder, and I didn't get one, so forget it. Print the Slickster, and I'm not ready to deal with Slicksters right now, so I'm going to kill them. Well, guys, that is about all the time I have. Just to recap what we did, we managed to... Here, let me just put hydrogen here. We managed to set up about half of our oil, or our metal refinery setup. We set up an alternative way to fill our tanks with oxygen, and we beautified the base a little bit further. As you can see, we've got... these ranches are super beautiful, and we could do the same to the Draco ranches soon. And we'll continue to beautify where we can. If you have any feedback for me, tips, tricks, anything like that, do drop me a line in the comments below. I use them, I read them off, I give credit. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you all next episode, friends. Adios.